Tell us about your family values within your family. My name is Alexei. I grew up in a typical family where family bonds and traditions were valued. For many years, we gathered around the dinner table, discussing our plans and enjoying each other's company. But one day, everything changed. One beautiful day, while looking through photo albums, I stumbled upon an old photo depicting my parents, my grandmother, and grandfather. This photo reminded me of our family history and the unique moments we spent together. I decided to ask my parents about our family's past, and they gladly shared their memories with me. With each story, my parents instilled in me a sense of pride in our family and its achievements. They told me about how our ancestors faced difficulties and overcame obstacles together. We always respected our family traditions and tried to preserve them, even as the world around us changed. But one day, disappointment struck our family. My younger sister, Nastia, decided to study abroad for university. This decision had a significant impact on our family, disrupting our usual family bonds. I felt lost and lonely without her, but then I realized that it was time to accept her decision and support her in her new path. With time, we were able to weather this period of adaptation and even renew our family bonds. We began to spend more time together, communicate more often, and support each other in our aspirations and dreams. This period of renewal brought new opportunities and perspectives to our family that we hadn't seen before. With each passing day, we became more convinced that family bonds are what truly matter in life. Despite all the difficulties and trials we faced, our family stayed together and grew stronger. We realized that our family is our support, our roots, and our future. In the end, I realized that family values are not just words on paper, they define our character and behavior. They help us overcome difficulties and rejoice in moments of happiness together. Our family became a source of inspiration and support for me, and I am proud to be a part of it. And so ends the story of our family, a family that has overcome many trials and stayed together, a family that has always cherished its traditions and respected each other. Our family legacy is our wealth, which we pass down from generation to generation, and it is what makes us stronger and more united.
Second story.
As Max rummaged through the basement, he stumbled upon an old box, containing a dusty book of mysterious tales and a portrait of a woman who bore a striking resemblance to his mother. Curious, he flipped through the book and accidentally discovered a hidden niche in the wall, where he found a mysterious object, an amulet adorned with an unknown symbol. Sensing that it might be a part of his family's past, Max embarks on a quest to unravel its secrets. Determined to uncover the origins of the mysterious amulet, Max delves deeper into his family history. He starts by questioning his relatives about the woman in the portrait and learns that she was his great-grandmother, a renowned explorer who disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Intrigued, Max sets out to uncover the truth behind her disappearance, believing it may hold the key to understanding the amulet's significance. Armed with clues from his family's past, Max sets off on a journey to retrace his great-grandmother's footsteps. He travels to distant lands, exploring ancient ruins and deciphering cryptic messages left behind by his ancestor. Along the way, he encounters allies and adversaries, each with their own agendas tied to the amulet's mysterious power. As Max delves deeper into the mysteries surrounding the amulet, he discovers that it holds the key to unlocking extraordinary abilities. He learns of ancient prophecies foretelling a chosen one who will wield the amulet's power for good or evil. With this newfound knowledge, Max must decide how to use the amulet's power responsibly, knowing that his choices will shape the fate of the world. Just as Max begins to understand the true nature of the amulet, he is betrayed by someone he trusted. Caught in a web of deceit and manipulation, Max must navigate treacherous waters to uncover the identity of his enemy and reclaim what is rightfully his. Along the way, he learns valuable lessons about trust, loyalty, and the power of forgiveness. As tensions escalate and the fate of the world hangs in the balance, Max prepares for the ultimate showdown with his nemesis. With the help of his friends and allies, he confronts the forces of darkness in a battle that will determine the outcome of the ancient prophecy. In the end, Max must make the ultimate sacrifice to ensure that the amulet's power is never misused again. With the battle won and peace restored, Max returns home, carrying the weight of his experiences and the legacy of the amulet. Though scarred by the trials he endured, he emerges stronger and wiser, ready to face whatever challenges the future may hold. As he looks to the horizon, Max knows that his journey is far from over, but he takes solace in the knowledge that he carries the light of hope wherever he goes.
Third story.
My name is Amelia.
and I want to share with you the story of my family. We are a typical family from a small town in the southern United States, where history permeates every corner of our lives. Our family history began many years ago when my ancestors settled in this town in search of a better life. They overcame many hardships to create their home here and build their family based on hard work, love, and mutual support. With each generation, our family has been through a lot: wars, depressions, changes, and uncertainties. But despite all the obstacles, we always stayed together, supporting each other and building family values that became the foundation of our lives. My parents were an example for me and my brother. They taught us to cherish family ties, to be tolerant, and to care for others. Their love and dedication to each other always inspired me and helped me overcome any difficulties. Once, when I was still a child, my grandmother shared with me stories about our ancestors and how they managed to overcome all obstacles in their path. These stories left a deep impression on my soul and inspired me to strive for more and to be as strong as they were. Over time, I became part of this story myself, adding my own experiences and achievements to the family chronicles. I could see how family traditions are passed down from generation to generation, giving meaning to our lives. Today, I am proud of my family and everything we have achieved together. We may not have much wealth or fame, but we have each other, and that is the most valuable thing in our lives. My family history is a story of love, strength, and endurance. It reminds me that what matters is not the past, but what we do now, and how we build our future, relying on the lessons and experiences of our ancestors. In our family, traditions have always been valued, and every holiday or event became a reason for the whole family to gather. Grandma always cooked amazing dishes that brought us together around the table, full of smiles and laughter. These moments created an indescribable atmosphere of warmth and comfort that I will always remember. But not everything was easy. There were also difficult times in our family when we had to face losses and disappointments. However, it was in these moments that we realized how important it is to support each other and to be there for each other in difficult times. My family has always been my support and inspiration. They taught me to be strong, kind, and to respect others. Their examples helped me become the person I am today, and I will always be grateful to them for that. Now, as an adult, I understand that our family heritage is not only the story of our past, but also our strength in the present. We can move forward knowing that we have each other and that we can always rely on our family, no matter what the future holds for us. This is the story of my family, a story of love, support, and belief in oneself. It gives me the strength and confidence to move forward and create my own story, knowing that I will always be part of this beautiful. My mother, Catherine, was a true heroine of our family. Her story began many years ago when she was still a little girl, growing up in the countryside, where every day was an adventure. She was strong and determined even as a child, which I always admired. Mom grew up in a family where hard work and respect for others were valued. Her parents taught her to be fair and to care for those in need. These values became an integral part of Mom's character and inspired her to do many good deeds. Once, when Mom was only 16 years old, she decided to defy stereotypes and go to college to get an education. It was a bold step for a girl from a small town, but Mom was confident in her abilities and ready to overcome any obstacles for her dream. In college, Mom revealed her potential and proved herself to be a talented student and leader. She not only received an excellent education but also gained the respect and recognition of her teachers and peers. Her determination and persistence always inspired me and showed that nothing is impossible if you are a true fighter. After graduating from college, Mom decided to dedicate her life to helping others. She became a social worker and started working with children who were in difficult situations. Her warm heart and attention to each child made her a real guardian angel for many families. Mom has always been an example of strength, kindness, and compassion for me. Her life is a story of how one person can change the world around them simply by being themselves and following their ideals. Mom grew up in a family where hard work and respect for others were valued. Her parents taught her to be fair and to care for those in need. These values became an integral part of Mom's character and inspired her to do many good deeds and feats. Once, when Mom was only 16 years old, she decided to go against stereotypes and attend university to pursue her education. It was a bold step for a girl from a small town, but Mom was confident in her abilities and ready to overcome any obstacles. In university, Mom unleashed her potential and proved herself to be a talented student and leader. Not only did she receive an excellent education, but she also earned the respect and recognition of her teachers and peers. Her determination and perseverance always inspired me and showed that nothing is impossible if you are a true fighter. After graduating from university, Mom decided to dedicate her life to helping others. She became a social worker and started working with children who found themselves in difficult situations. Her warm heart and attention to each child made her a true guardian angel for many families. Mom has always been an example of strength, kindness, and compassion for me. Her life is a story of how one person can change the world around them simply by being themselves and following their ideals. I am proud that my mother is a part of my family, and I will always be grateful to her for everything she has done for me and for others. Her story will always live on in our family, reminding us of the power of goodness and that each of us can change the world for the better. Such is the story of my family, a story of how little moments of happiness and love can create great stories.
Quadruple story. Hello, my name is Marco. I live in a small town in southern Italy. I want to tell you about my neighbor's family, Luca, who came from Germany a few years ago. Luca's family impressed me with their warmth and hospitality from the very first day. Luca told me about his parents, who always supported him in all his endeavors, and about his younger sister, who was a real pillar for him. Their relationships were so strong that I sometimes envied them. One of the most impressive moments in Luca's family was their family dinners. Every evening, they gathered around the table to share their joys and concerns. These moments were simply priceless. I saw how they discussed their day, shared news, and supported each other. It was real unity, something that I didn't always feel in my own family. In comparison with my family, I often reflected on how much can be learned from others' experiences. My family, although loving each other, often had dinners in a hurry or in silence. I began to think about how wonderful it would be to have the same openness and closeness as Luca's family. Despite the differences, I felt that Luca's family and mine had something to learn from each other. We can take the best from our cultures and traditions to create even stronger and more friendly relationships in our families. Observing Luca's family, I began to think about how to apply their approach to family dinners and communication in my own family. I decided to suggest to my parents a new approach to dinners, to conduct them more calmly, discuss the past day, share news, and simply enjoy each other's company. At first, my parents were a little surprised by my suggestion, but then they agreed to try. The first dinners didn't go as smoothly as I had hoped, but over time, our family began to appreciate these moments together more and more. I also told my parents about how Luca's family always finds time for communication and supporting each other, and suggested spending more family events and evenings together. We started going for walks, playing board games, and even arranging small weekend trips. Over time, I noticed that our family relationships became stronger. We became more open to each other, and better understood each other's needs and desires. I am grateful to Luca's family for inspiring me to make changes in my own family. Thus, by observing my neighbor's family and comparing it with mine, I realized that it is never too late to make changes in life and become closer and more connected with the family. Luca's family became not only an example for me but also a source of inspiration for creating an even happier and more cohesive family. The families of Luca and mine quickly became friends after they moved to our town. We often spent time together, going to parks, playing soccer, or just sitting in the backyard and chatting. Despite having different cultures and traditions, we found common ground and enjoyed each other's company. When it came to holidays, especially Christmas, our families came together to create a special festive atmosphere. Usually, we started gathering a few days before Christmas to decorate our homes and prepare festive treats. Luca and his family brought some elements of their German customs into our tradition. They brought traditional Christmas cookies and sweets from their home, which we gladly tried. We also learned to make some German dishes together, which was very interesting and fun. On the evening before Christmas, we gathered by the fireplace or in the cozy living room to read Christmas stories, sing carols, and even play Christmas games. These moments created a special atmosphere of warmth and joy that we all cherished. On Christmas Day, our families came together for a festive dinner. We cooked many delicious dishes from different cultures and shared them with each other. It was a true celebration of flavors and camaraderie, as everyone sat down to enjoy the time together in the festive atmosphere. Together, Luca's family and mine created unforgettable Christmas memories that stayed in our hearts for a long time. These festive moments firmly bound our families together and showed that friendship and solidarity can overcome any cultural or language barriers. In the summer, when the weather was warm and sunny, Luca and his father decided to build a treehouse in their garden. Together with my father and me, they went to the forest to choose a suitable tree and gather materials for construction. We spent several exciting days cutting boards, framing, and laying floors. When the treehouse was ready, it became our common shelter and a place for adventures. We spent a lot of time there playing cards, reading books, or just talking. This treehouse became our secret corner where we felt free and independent. When winter came and the first snow fell, we gathered again to enjoy these winter joys. Luca and his family brought their bikes, and we set off to ride through the snow-covered streets of our town. It was incredibly fun. We chased each other, leaving tracks in the white snow, but the most fun was, of course, playing snowballs. We gathered in the yard in front of our houses and divided into two teams. Snowballs flew in all directions, and we laughed until tears, trying to dodge them and hit the target. These were real winter battles that remained in our memories as unforgettable moments of joy and fun. Thus, building a treehouse, riding bikes, and playing snowballs became unforgettable adventures for us, which adorned our shared life and strengthened our friendship. As children, Luca and I went through all the school grades together. We were classmates and often helped each other with our studies. Luca was always an excellent student, very diligent and talented, and I learned a lot from him. After school, especially on warm days, we often went to the beach together with our families. It was our favorite place, where we swam in the sea, played beach volleyball, or simply sunbathed on the sand. In the evenings, we often had picnics on the beach, enjoying the sunset in each other's company. After finishing school, Luca and I went to universities. We chose different majors, but our friendship remained unchanged. During our college years, we often met to discuss our studies, share impressions of university life, and simply spend time together. Luca chose the path of an engineer, while I decided to become a journalist. Despite our different fields of activity, we always supported each other and inspired each other to achieve our goals. We studied together, grew and developed as individuals, but our friendship remained strong and unwavering. Our college years were a time of exciting discoveries and adventures for us. We traveled together, participated in college events, and created unforgettable memories. These were the years that will forever remain in our hearts as the brightest and most important. Of course, the friendship I shared with Luca not only surpassed the temporary boundaries of school and college but also continues to remain strong and meaningful to this day. Despite the distance and busy schedules, we make time for each other, keep in touch, and remain closely connected. We often exchange messages, sharing news, joys, and sorrows. Sometimes we arrange video calls to spend time together virtually, discuss current events, or simply laugh at memories. We also try to meet in person whenever possible to enjoy each other's company and create new memories. Our friendship has become a part of our lives and a source of mutual support and inspiration. We can always rely on each other in difficult times and celebrate together in joyful ones. Our bond is not just a friendship, it is a special connection that will stay with us throughout our lives. Thus, our friendship continues to flourish, reminding us of the importance of having someone who will always be there, supporting and inspiring us.
Fifth story. My name is Jack, and I want to share with you the story of my wonderful, sunlit childhood in a small village on the shore of a picturesque lake in the mountains. Life here was like a fairy tale, full of adventures and unforgettable moments. Every morning, I would wake up to the sunlight filtering through the green leafy branches of the trees outside my window. Then I would go out onto the street to meet my friends and embark on our adventures. We explored the forests, the rectangular fields, searched for treasures, and built sandcastles on the lake shore. Summer days were filled with swimming in the lake, where the water was so clear it seemed to heal the soul. We caught fish, had picnics on the shore, and played badminton on the grass. In the evenings, we watched the sunset, painting the sky in bright shades of pink and orange, and dreamed of the adventures of the next day. In autumn, the forest transformed into a colorful carpet of orange, yellow, and red leaves. We went on hikes, gathered mushrooms and berries, and then returned home to warm ourselves by the fireplace and listen to the stories of old grandmothers about times past. In winter, when everything around was covered in snow, we sled down hills, built snowmen, and had snowball fights. Then we would return home to drink hot cocoa and warm ourselves by the fire, listening to the crackling sounds of the hot coals. In spring, the trees bloomed with bright flowers, and the fields filled with the scent of fresh greenery. We played football, did gardening, and enjoyed the first rays of warmth from the rising sun. My parents, grandparents, and I were always close, supporting and inspiring each other to achieve new heights. Together, we spent time taking family walks, cooking outdoor dinners, and gathering by the fireplace in the evenings. My sunny childhood in this beautiful village will forever be remembered by me as a time of joy, friendship, and incredible adventures. The memories of those days will always stay with me, reminding me of the beauty and wonders of life. In addition to my friends, the closest people to me have always been my parents and my precious family. We lived in a cozy house surrounded by green fields and a beautiful view of the lake. My parents were the epitome of love, care, and support for each other and for me. Mom was the heart of our home. She devoted a lot of time to our family, taking care of us, cooking delicious dinners, and creating an atmosphere of warmth and coziness. Her kindness and tenderness always filled our home with joy and happiness. My dad was the backbone and protector of our family. He was a wise counselor and an inspiration to me. We often spent time together, fishing on the lake or just talking about life. His wise words and exemplary way of life always inspired me to be better. We were also very close to my grandparents. They were not only a source of wisdom and care but also a source of fun and joy. We spent a lot of time together, listening to their stories of the past, playing games, and having family celebrations. Together, we created memories that will stay with us forever. Our family traditions, such as weekly family dinners, celebrating birthdays and Christmas, made our family even more united and strong. My family was my rock in all situations. They always supported me, helped me overcome difficulties, and celebrated my successes. Their love and care were the greatest treasure for me in this world. Jack now lives in a cozy house on the outskirts of a small town, where he enjoys the tranquility and beauty of nature. After a long and eventful life, he has found the solitude he has long sought. He spends his days pursuing his hobbies, gardening and reading. His garden is a real paradise, where the brightest and most colorful flowers bloom. Jack enjoys spending time among his plants, caring for them, and admiring their beauty. In addition, Jack often writes memoirs about his life and adventures. He shares his stories with his grandchildren, leaving them unforgettable memories of the past. His books have become popular among local residents, and they happily come to him for advice and inspiration. Despite his advanced age, Jack remains active and energetic. He often hosts gatherings with friends and family, where he enjoys spending time, sharing his wise advice and life experience with them. Jack's life is filled with meaning and satisfaction, and he is grateful for every moment that fate gives him. His life experience and wisdom make him a valuable and respected member of society, and his kindness and care for others make him a true hero in the eyes of his family and friends. I love using the internet to stay in touch with friends and family, especially those who live far away. We exchange news, photos, and memories from our youth. Thanks to the internet, I can see how my grandchildren are growing up and keep track of their successes and achievements. Social media also helps me reconnect with old friends and acquaintances from my youth. I often reminisce about our adventures and fun times we spent together. Thanks to the internet, we can meet again and share memories. Moreover, the internet helps me stay informed about the latest news and events in the world. I enjoy reading news articles, watching videos, and learning about what is happening around me. This helps me stay informed and up to date. Overall, the internet has become an integral part of my life and opens up many opportunities for me. I am grateful that I can stay connected with the world and my loved ones thanks to this wonderful invention. In my youth, traveling was like inspiration and adventure for me, opening up new horizons and possibilities. I remember my first travels with such warmth in my heart, as if it were only yesterday. One of my most vivid travels was when I went on a journey through Europe. It was my first solo trip, and every new city I visited brought me a lot of impressions and emotions. I traveled by train, bus, and even on foot to see as much beauty and sights as possible. I stayed in small hotels, met locals, and tried to immerse myself in the atmosphere of each new place. Traveling through Europe opened my eyes to the diversity of cultures, languages, and traditions. I tried new dishes, learned about local history, and met people who stayed with me for a lifetime in my memory. In addition, I traveled to other parts of the world. I saw majestic mountains, crystal clear lakes, and breathtaking landscapes. Each new place taught me something new, expanded my horizons, and gave me unforgettable experiences. Traveling in my youth helped me better understand myself, the world around me, and my dreams and desires. They inspired me to new achievements and adventures that I eagerly awaited ahead. My grandchildren are the brightest part of my life. When they come to visit me, everything around is filled with joy and fun. We spend a lot of time together, talking, playing games, and having small adventures in our garden. My children have always been my pride and joy. I try to maintain close relationships with them, even if we live far apart. When they come to visit me, we reminisce about the old times, discuss their worries and joys, and simply enjoy each other's presence. My family is my rock. I am always ready to help my children and grandchildren, support them in any life situation. My life is filled with love and joy thanks to my wonderful family, and I am grateful for every moment we spend together.